Hello, friends. Welcome inside an all-new edition of Talk of Champions. I'm Ben Garrett at Spirit Ben on Twitter, live from the Riverland Roofing Studios Oxford branch. I'm at Riverland Roofing, 662-644-4297, riverlandroofing.com. He, of course, is Bradley Sowell, the former Ole Miss offensive lineman, 8-year NFL vet. That QR code above his head is for the Ole Miss Spirit, omspirit.com, an affiliate of On3. If you sign up as a new member today, you can get an annual subscription for half off. All you got to do is scan that QR code above Brad's head and join us at the Ole Miss Spirit. Brad's on the Ole Miss Spirit. O.M. Sowell, I think is what he is on the Ole Miss Spirit message board. He's here and there, comes and goes, but he's here today, and that's all that matters because Ole Miss baseball swept the Lincoln Regional, Brad. Swept it out 3-0, including a statement win against Arizona State to punch his ticket. Will play the winner of Auburn and Milwaukee this weekend. If Milwaukee wins today at 5 p.m. against Auburn and gets out of the Auburn Regional, Ole Miss will host its first Super since 2009. If it doesn't, Ole Miss will be going to Auburn for the weekend. First and foremost, Bradley Sowell, how you doing, my friend?
Good. Just a little tired like everybody else, staying up till 1 a.m. to watch some baseball. What an odd schedule to the regional, but we fought through it and found a way. So I'm pretty tired today, though.
All right, so do you think who's winning today, Milwaukee or Auburn? Like, have you been paying attention all that much?
Yeah, I think.
Are you really rooting for the 2009 Super? You know, first Super since 2009.
Dude, I don't even know how it would feel if you told me all we had to do was beat 25-31 Milwaukee to get to Omaha. That would be, I would take that over any host in the world. So I don't think they can get it done today. I mean, it's going to be, Auburn should win it. I would hope. Yeah, but yeah, you never know. I've seen crazier things.
What did you watch every single game? Were you up with Ole Miss, Rebel Nation?
I watched every single inning, every single play. Man, it's just something about this team now. They're starting to give me like some 2022 vibes. You got Braden Randall suddenly killing the ball, Federico's hitting the ball. Like they're starting to get hot at the right time. How about Pano's defense? Like I always heard about us, how much of a liability he is. Bro, he made some plays in that game that were ridiculous. So it's just everything's kind of coming together. People are kind of peaking at the right time. We kind of got over the hump. But, if you look at the theme of this regional, I mean, we were doing some of the same trends we did during the year that cost us from having a regional, which is going late in games, blowing games or not being able to finish them. But now we finished them, so it's a good time to, start that trend. I like the team. I think the damn pitching's good. Hitting can be a little sus, but we got enough pop to get runs. So I'm good with it, man. I think it's gonna be a fun run.
You brought it up, and listen, that's why I talked to Brad when we were texting. I always have to wait for Brad to text first, because if you text first, he ain't texting you back. So you wait for Brad to text, see what he says, and I should have known what was coming when Ole Miss started winning in the regional play. And the first thing, of course, you and I said to each other, and I'll bring it up here, is, it'd be the most Ole Miss thing ever to get Milwaukee in your first Super in 2009 and then lose to freaking Milwaukee. That'd be worse than Bloody Monday. That'd be worse than But we're not thinking like that. It's nothing but positive vibes only. And I know how excited you are after Ole Miss went and did what it did in Lincoln. What jumped out to you the most? You've mentioned Owen Pano, especially on the defensive end. He only had one hit on the weekend, but man, was that hit a monster one. It was the double to bring Ole Miss back into it, or put Ole Miss ahead against Nebraska, lead it would never surrender. But the defense, man, I mean, but that play when he was diving, leaping to his right, saved a run. Ole Miss was only down a run at the time. Arizona State was really putting pressure on Cade Townsend. Cade Townsend grinds it out. But man, Owen Pano, dude, if you want to talk about not necessarily unsung heroes, your shortstop not an unsung hero, but dead gum from where he came from to where he is now. This is exactly we told everybody that if Owen figured it out, like, it changes this team completely, and you're seeing that even when he's not getting hits.
His confidence too, you can see it, man. When he was making them plays, he was feeling it. Son was feeling it. He made some crazy. Then you look at Dom Decker's play he made, where he dove up the middle and stopped that ball, and then ended up making that play. There was a big one too in that game. So I mean, Pano to me was crazy. Our defense, I mean, defensively we were pretty solid. Now I will say we made some. That game shouldn't have been as close last night, in my opinion. He was safe at home. I mean, if you looked on TV, he was safe at home. So, we found a way to ground it out, which is good. Biggest thing to me is just the defense is really good. We got timely hits. I mean, you look at Pano's double in the game before, and then Foley had the big double last night. Man, that's how you win. I mean, there's no other way to put it. How you win is pitching the ball well and getting timely hits. when it matters, and that's just what we did. I mean, that's just a Foley's hit was huge last night. So no, I mean they're getting hot at the right time. But I also do think if you look at our schedule, I mean we're a host team. I mean there's no other way to put it. And we played one of the toughest schedules in the country and have some unbelievable wins. So I mean we did what I thought we were going to do, looking at Big Ten ball and all that. So I think that I wasn't shocked. I expected us to win that regional. I didn't know Arizona State was that good though. Holy crap, they're good.
Arizona State got jobbed, man. That's a 2 seed. Should have been a 2 seed somewhere. Offense was the best in the regional for my money. Losing Harrison in the third game, or the third game for Ole Miss, the fourth, I think, game for Arizona State was certainly a loss for them. But I don't want to talk about what other teams didn't do more than what Ole Miss did do, because, man, we're hitting on something. You hit on something to start, man, that I wanted to touch on with you specifically. Look, you and I were there potting every step of the way in 2022. Every step of the way. When we thought there was no chance they were making it, that Mike was getting fired, that they were going to have a new coach, till they dogpiled on the mound in Omaha. Every step of the way. And one thing, when I knew that you were coming on today, that's jumped out to me, and I'm just curious your thoughts. This team is better positioned than that team ever was. So everyone wants to gets hot, let the Rebs get hot. Yeah, they were a 2 seed, but that schedule prepared them for this. And I thought not playing their best baseball yesterday against Arizona State and still winning that game, persevering, resilient, and winning that game, and the pitching being what it is, this team is in position now, if it could get out of Nebraska, no matter if it's going on the road to play Auburn for 3 or getting Milwaukee here at home for the first Super since 2009, this team is positioned pretty dead gum well, regardless of what the path was, to make a real run at this thing. And I think that was never more evidence than this weekend.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's feeling very, very, very 2020-ish. I mean, people are getting hot at the right time. 2022 is just people are getting hot. I mean, it's cool to see people getting hot here at the plate. I mean, dude, Braden Randall, every time he was at bat, him and Decker this week, every time they bat, I knew something hard was coming. Federico, Decker, and Randall. When those three are up, the ball is going somewhere hard this weekend, which is a big deal. Just at this time of year to get hot. I mean, Dom Decker's fun to. I mean, I love that. He's one of my favorite players on the team. He got that quiet, just killer instinct about him. So those three hitting the ball hard. Then obviously, you got the pop in the lineup. I mean, Bacetta's either gonna strike out or hit at 900 feet. And then, whatever, you got Utermark too as well. So it's just the lineup's getting hot at the right time. And then the arms have always been there. I mean, our bullpen's ridiculous. So the run can happen. I'm optimistic. I want to see how, who we end up getting. I think we got the best path possible to get there. I don't think I think Auburn's very beatable. I mean, I don't think I'd feel a lot worse if I was going to Georgia. Than I would, going down to Auburn. No knock on them. I just don't think they're, I don't think they're that much better than us, or yet better than us at all. So this is the time to do it. Then once you get in it, you know how it is. Once you get in it, anybody can win. Go 2-0 to start and see what happens.
Are you going to go to Omaha if they make it? Will you be there?
Yeah, dude, that's a no-brainer.
Should we do like a watch or like a meet and greet for Ben and Brad and wear Kool-Aid shirts? Because it'd be way cooler if we did. Like meet up at a bar. I'm saying. Yeah,
this year is not quite as Kool-Aid because that one year we were 7 and like freaking 14. Yeah. Like there was no way in hell we were the last team in that we were going to win the national championship. But honestly, what's funny is as I was watching Arizona State, my mindset was like, damn, they could Ole Miss this thing. Like they were like one of the last, or I guess a 3 seed in or whatever. They were good. We need to try to portal all half their team for next year.
Well, there already is Ole Miss, a leading contender. I actually put it up on the Ole Miss Spirit message board, omspirit.com, and affiliate on 3. That QR code right above Brad's head is for the Ole Miss Spirit. Scan it today, and new members can try us out for half off an annual subscription. Ole Miss is an early favorite for Louisiana Tech slugger Trey Halsey. Trey Halsey was all-CUSA first baseman at Louisiana Tech this year. Hit .335 with 15 home runs, 12 doubles as a sophomore, named second team All-CUSA and CUSA All-Freshman in 2025 when he hit .295 with 9 homers and 30 RBI on the year. Slugged .513 and drew 31 walks, and Ole Miss has to replace Will Furnace at the end of the year. He won't be the only one that Ole Miss is targeting or will emerge early as far as a favorite for, but that's one name to keep an eye on. And there are a lot of other portal names that we're going to be talking about here on Talk of Champions in the weeks and months to come. But right now it's about that title chase, and Ole Miss is right there. What's the thing that surprised you the most about what Ole Miss did, if anything, Ole Miss did in Lincoln? Did something you like? You mentioned Pino's defense. Braden Randall is the Mr. Clutch hitter. I think the biggest thing for me, Will Libbert coming through and doing what he did as the bridge in that
100%.
finale was, man, you've been waiting on that all year, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, I just go back to what I was saying. I mean, I think the way we played on D, we played pretty gritty. In the timely hits. I mean, we knew we were going to pitch it decent, even though I mean there was times where obviously Ray was in trouble at times in the games. Like we just kind of gutted some stuff out. Cade kind of got a lot of traffic on the bases. Hunter got a lot of traffic early on, so it wasn't like our pitching was just dominant. It was good, but it wasn't dominant in this tournament, but we found a way to win in other ways, which shows that we're developing, getting hot at the right time as a team.
Are you worried about Cade Townsend at all as I unmute myself and get back to talking? Because Cade is a first round pick. The stuff is insane, but that command yesterday, it's been off for a little while now. He gutted it out through 5 innings. I think it was one of the more gutty performances he's had. But long term, that's one thing where I'm like, man, if you can get the Cade that emerged as the co-ace earlier in the year, I mean, you're talking about a team that really has legitimate championship contention chops. And if you're getting contributions from guys like Will Libbert and J.P. Robertson that you got, this group's got a real shot.
No, I think Cade will be fine. I mean, it's just late in the year. I mean, it's just you pitched a bunch this year. It's you're gutting it out. I mean, everybody's going on fumes this time of year. So I mean, he'll be fine. And when he's on, though, I mean, he wasn't even that great last night. I think he went at 7 or 8 Ks, maybe even 9 or something crazy. So I mean, that just goes to show you he's legit. I mean, you look at the kid from Arizona State. I think Arizona State, the very first kid we faced, the lefty. I mean, dude, that guy struck out 10 or so, and we put a bunch of runs on him. So, and he's a projected first round pick. So that's just the way it goes, man. This time of year, hitters are very locked in, and pitchers are. I mean, they've been pitching for the last 3 or 4 months, so it's just there could be some command issues at times. But he was, I mean, he gave us a chance to win, which all you can ask for. That team's legit. That team freaking buzzsawed Nebraska the game before, so they can hit. I knew going in the bullpen would be an issue for some of these teams. Just with that, not a lot of teams have the bullpen we have, so we were able to get some runs on them.
Yep, and Tristan Bissetta got a monster home run, multiple home runs for the weekend. True 3 outcome hitter right there, Tristan Bissetta. And when he gets a hold of one, it's absolutely nuts how far it could potentially go.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's the thing. I saw you hit nukes in the celebrity softball game, the Ole Miss celebrity softball game last year. First of all, if I think they're having it again, I'm pretty sure. I'm sitting here at Riverland. I could ask Bill when he comes back in. Riverland Roofing put it on last year. I'm sure they're going to put it on again. Will you participate again? You were the MVP. You were the home run king. Before I ask you your next question, will you be participating again if they hold another celebrity softball? Because now you're all from Texas and stuff.
No, I'm coming back, and I'm just hoping that I earn my way at the last batter spot. I guess everybody there thought I was just a lineman or something. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little better athlete than that, so I get they make the lineup, and I'm batting like 14th. Say good night, son. Like I grew up poor. That's all we played was ball. Like I can play ball. Like I can hoop. I can play baseball and football. But that's all right. Maybe this year they'll move me to the 10 hole. Maybe I'll get a few spots up in the lineup.
Hey man, listen, to get the MVP out of the 14 hole is pretty crazy though. Like that's pretty nuts. But it also just shows they slept on my boy.
I probably saw better pitching than everybody else because I was a 14. They were trying to get, typically like when you like your 9 hole, you just see a little more fastball. That's all, a little easier pitching.
Well, look, you hit tanks while Lane was doing Lane things. So, like at the end of the day, you hit absolute moonshots, and a few of them almost hit me in the outfield. And like Ole Miss had similar output this weekend in Nebraska. Now it was a little bit harder, and they had to win in extra innings and things like that. But the unsung heroes that we've been talking about, we touched on Pano, we touched on Libbert, but other guys that like there's a black hole in left field. That is an issue, man. I mean, it's just bad. It's bad out there. I don't know what the solution is, but There's so many guys that contributed to winning baseball this weekend that we talk about Judd, we talk about Fern, we talk about even Dom Decker, but Austin Foley, who was a 20 home run hitter last year, one of 3 that Ole Miss brought back this year, the only school in the country to do so, getting his first hit, that double to go up on Arizona State. Like you have to get it from everybody. And like you said, Ole Miss right now is kind of peaking at the last time. When you look at the field and how things have played out, UCLA, the number 1 overall seed, is gone. Like Auburn's fighting for its life in its own regional against 4 seed Milwaukee, was 5-22 in April, for goodness sake, right? What an insane turnaround. It's very chaotic. And when you look at the field, knowing what Ole Miss just did, you'd be hard pressed to find a team that was more impressive as far as their results and what they got done than Ole Miss. And I think Ole Miss fans need to start speaking with their chest a little bit in terms of what this team could really do here.
Man, the parity in college baseball was incredible. I mean, you had some random teams beating some teams that were really, really good. I mean, it's just it goes to show you a lot. I mean, there was a lot of teams that lost that you would have thought, hey, no way, that are playing today to try to save their life. So it's fun. This is my favorite part of the year. It's not even close. I love regional baseball.
Oh, it's regional baseball. It's not the SEC meetings in Destin and spring football and
it's hard to follow all that crap. Now you got a lot of crybabies and stuff. Be crying about he's tampering this, that. Man, just freaking buy the players and let's play ball. Spot the damn ball and let's go.
Yeah, what do you make of all the stuff that's been popping up this offseason? Like, all right, you mentioned the tampering thing. People ask me that every day. Ben, I mean, I was asked at the soccer field on Saturday, quite literally, Ben, you think anything comes of this? And I'm like, look, man. The only precedent is in 2024. Kirk Ferentz got suspended for a game, and in this day and age, man, selective enforcement, see you in court, it doesn't hold up there. So if they try to go anything more, even if they try to only institute that, I think Ole Miss would fight it. What do you make of all this?
Yeah, cry about tampering and come at Ole Miss after they just dealt with a whole year of a guy freaking taking another damn job in the conference and trying to steal our whole damn team. Like, miss me with that shit. I'm not trying to hear it. Ole Miss has dealt with it more than anybody in the country and saved their whole roster while losing 3 pretty damn good players, maybe 4 pretty damn good players in the meantime, while the guys in our damn building, basically agreeing to another job. So I'm not trying to hear it until you get rules and regulations. Just play. It is what it is. Pay the kid if you want him to stay. They won't get tampered with if you have the highest price. So tamper that.
For you, Ole Miss and where it sits right now, football-wise, going into the summer, are you bullish on them? I mean, because one thing is really frustrating to me, and I had Andy Staples, on 3 national analyst, on the show, and he admitted it straight up. He's like, look, it's the logo, but Ole Miss not getting the going into summer preseason love that I think it deserves. Certainly, in terms of post-spring top 25 rankings, you're seeing Ole Miss like 12th, 15th. And you're returning your star quarterback, the breakout star in college football last year, and Kewan Lacey, arguably, in my opinion, because you could say Ahmad Hardy, you could pick another guy, the nation's best running back. What do you think of Ole Miss, and do you think they're being undervalued? Because I sure do.
Yeah, I think the schedule is what people are doing it. They're looking at it, and it really does set up for a 9-3 schedule if you don't play well. I mean, it's just tough. You got to go to Texas and Oklahoma, and you play Georgia. And it's going to be a tough schedule. So I can see you being a really damn good team and going 9-3 potentially, and maybe being as good a team as last year. So I think that's where some of that's coming from, on top of, the whole departure of Lane and all that. But if you look at us, I think we're going to be way better on defense, which, with all the people we had it. And then my only question mark is what do we look like at wide receiver? I just haven't seen some of these new guys. I hear about them. They sound good, but I was very, very high on Striblin. I mean, every time I talked about him all year last year of him being a high draft pick, and sure enough he was, just because that dude was good. I would never. It's gonna be tough to. Him and Wallace were sneaky. Two of the best. I mean, to me, I don't know how you find 2 better than that. Other than maybe Ohio State or something. But man, Striblin was hell. I mean, he was really good. Then Harrison Wallace can take the top off. So it's just one of those things where I think replacing that sounds easy, but those guys are going to come in and do it.
You mentioned Strib, and it was like in the draft, a big point of contention for fans and stuff like, oh, that was a reach. First pick in the second round. Come on now. And you're right. I'm glad you brought it up. I'd forgotten about it. You were high on Strib from day one. even when it was a little bit of a slow start in the 2026 season, you're like, dude, he'll be fine. Like, let this dude cook. And he did. So for those that levied that criticism, what do you say to them, right? Because I'm with you. When you think of as a willing blocker, and the pass catching and all the stuff that comes with being a wide receiver, you have to be good at that, elite at that to get selected. But man, it's what he does in the margins, especially as a pass blocker or a run blocker, excuse me, that makes him what I think, or separated him from others in the group.
He's so good at getting the ball when it's thrown. Like the 50-50 ball is mainly his, but what separates him is he does have the top end speed too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy can run, and he's not just a big like possession type guy. So in the NFL, that's going to translate. I'm telling you, Shrib's going to be a beast in the NFL. He's going to be a very good player, especially in the schemes where they give him a bunch of, he'll get more one-on-ones there than he would in college. So I think the guy's going to be special. I mean, I saw it. He made some plays. I mean, every time the ball was coming his way, he was going to make the play. I mean, for the most part. So that just translates. I think it's going to be tough replacing him. But we did bring in a lot of guys, but I think it's one of those deals where until we see it, there's all question marks. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Wide receivers, the only thing I'm worried about. But we did bring in a bunch of guys, so I think we're going to be fine. It's just I haven't seen them in my eyes, so I'm a little uneasy. But our backfield, man, I mean, shit, good luck finding a better backfield. Now they look good.
See, my only big question is the offensive tackles. You being a former starting offensive tackle for Ole Miss for so long. And last year, Ole Miss, Diego Pounds and Jaden Williams played every game they started. It was unprecedented, especially for Jaden. There was some up and down to it, but at the end of all things, they performed well. Now, Trinidad covered up for a lot of it because Trinidad was doing some magic back there with his legs, escapability, and all those kind of things. What does Ole Miss need out of the tackles? Is it? I mean, Carius Kern has not had a good start here. He just hasn't.
Yeah.
From the arrest to the shitty attitude, you pick it. Just hasn't been a good start. Terez Davis, what do they really need? They obviously you want two all-league caliber players, but I'm just looking at, man, they've got everything else. If they figure out who their tackles are, it's going to be hard for Ole Miss to lose games.
I knew we were on the right track once I saw Kern get in trouble or whatever. I knew we were on the right track. That's typically what happens at Georgia and the big schools. Once you got that going on, you're right on track. Like you got the right guys in the building. So no, we'll be fine. Hopefully he'll get it together and do what he needs to do. But I just think with Chambliss at quarterback, you're gonna get rushed different, right? You got to stay in your lane. It's gonna be a little bit, so it's a little bit easier on the tackle. It's not easy ever by any means, but it's easier because you cannot rush upfield. You're just gonna give up a ton of yardage. So I think as long as they can be serviceable, there's a lot of stuff we're gonna do with him, in his feet that you just can't rush him a certain way. So I think we'll be fine. Hey, more so than anything, I mean, I'm hoping we can open up lanes for these running backs. I mean, it'd be nice to get that going.
Well, I've let you get this far, and they've been asking in the chat what you think about what Lane has been saying for months and months on end. First, about how Ole Miss is – he mentioned the word segregation, talking about Ole Miss. He said that Ole Miss, if he'd have gotten a coach in the playoffs, they would have won a national championship. He said many things, and he's hired your guy, Ed Orgeron, back at LSU. That's a lot of stuff to cover, Brad. Let's just start first with him not shutting up. What do you think about it?
I mean, that's just the way he is. I mean, that's what he does. He pokes and stuff. But I think Ole Miss has done an unbelievable job of just staying quiet and letting him do his thing on it. I mean, there's no reason to respond. I mean, listen, he has already done to himself, what everybody sees and knows about him. So, I mean, I think he honestly, when he's by himself, he's thinking, "Holy crap!" I mean, I think he feels the world on his shoulders, honestly. But it is what it is. I mean, that's just what he does. Like, who cares? Like, at some point, he's going to have to roll out the tunnel, come out the tunnel, and play football. And honestly, that all the hype is he has to perform, and he has to win all those national titles that he's been winning his whole career, and all those championships and stuff. So, it'll be exciting.
With so obvious dripping sarcasm, because I'll never forget when you were so heated when he was talking about the Florida stuff. Man, for one pod, it was last year. I don't remember when it was, but you're like, dude, this guy is making all these demands and this and this and this. And he's got 3 CUSA championships on his resume. Three CUSA championships. That's it. Like, there ain't no playoff wins. There ain't nothing else. You know what I mean? Now he's making Kirby Smart money with 3 CUSA championships. Like,
yeah, no, it is what it is. I mean, I don't agree with when he, the whole route he went with Yeah, he just bringing up stuff that to me is stupid. If you actually dug in, look at the stats, and I'm glad Poe came out and said something. It's
Mhm.
just, man, anybody that's ever been to Oxford knows that, and I played for a long time. No matter the color, man, these guys are freaking superstars there. You can ask anybody, so you're not treated any different. You can ask most families. Some people may have had an experience or something, but man, I've seen some guys there be absolute can't even go nowhere. I watched Dexter McCluster this year. He sat by me in a section, and he did not get to watch one play of the game with all the
Mm.
pictures and all the love he gets. Man, that guy's still an absolute legend at Ole Miss. So this trying to go that route to me is just kind of goofy. I mean, it's goofy. Hell, we're all in the South. I mean, it is what it is. Like we know the history's there. But at the end of the day, like people are moving forward, and I think 99.9% of the guys that play here under like they love it. Like I mean, you got Javon Patterson sets his family up, wants to be a part of it. I mean, it's just I don't know. That to me is just he's just talking out of his ear, and him saying we would win the national championship, he would have coached. I mean, there's no shot. He didn't even believe we were going to beat Georgia himself. That's why he allowed his assistants to do it. So he definitely ain't winning that game. So it's just goofy to say. I mean, you had your offense coordinator there, so I mean, I don't know how much differently it would have went. So I mean, I don't know. I don't. That's at some point, Ole Miss is doing a good job letting him talk and just sit back and laugh, and people start realizing like, wow, this dude's something special.
Yeah, you can't say they would have won with me when you made the decision to leave because you said they weren't ever going to be LSU and win a championship. It just doesn't.
But,
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. One thing that does make perfect sense, and I'm going to give Lane so much credit, bringing back Ed Orgeron to do the thing he hates the most, recruit high school players, is a masterstroke, like an absolute masterstroke. I
yeah.
saw Ed in there, man, with the number one player in the country already, like doing like drills with him in the
Dude,
lobby, bro.
what's funny is I almost feel like you can twist Ed Orgeron on the back. You can keep twisting. He says the same shit. I watched him with all the families the other day. I'm like, dude, that's the same pitch back in '07 where we're standing there going out in the tunnel and he's screaming. Like he says the same stuff. One heartbeat, baby. Like, dude, it's unbelievable.
We
Like,
ain't close enough. We ain't close
yeah.
enough. Get together. You know?
Dude, I'll tell you this though, I do like it. I do think that, you put this guy in there, he creates some he gives you that Louisiana feel to it, like but he don't actually have to coach and actually have to do anything of like, substance. So like let him just recruit. That's I mean, do it, whatever. Knock yourself out. I think it's gonna be a funny a
Yeah.
funny comp.
But like I didn't think about it, and I've heard so many stories from you. And man, pick your guy. Oh, Kentrell, Mike Wallace. I've heard
Yeah.
so many Ed Orgeron stories. So like when he started going, now if you want to go out in front of like for lunch against so and so, that's fine. We're gonna run out of Tiger Stadium and for 100,000 and play in Alabama. What you want to do? And I'm thinking, dude, I've heard all of this before. It's true. Like,
Dude, it's the same. It's like I'm telling you, he's like a little wind up doll, and like once it's over, he like stands there and you just wind him up, and here he goes, here he goes. It's Coach O. I'm back. I've been saying the same shit for 21 years, probably before even Ole Miss. Like it's hilarious, man.
best days of your life. What like when's the last time you talked to O? God, it's got
I
to be
don't
a
know.
while.
You know what? I actually had a coworker see him in the airport in Miami, and he went up to him and was like, dude, he asked if he knew me, and he said he still remembered me. So, yeah,
Hell yeah, he
I,
does, dude. That's the thing.
I,
O doesn't forget his players now. He doesn't. He's
I
an
haven't
asshole,
seen
but he
him
doesn't forget them.
since we were walking out for Mississippi State. The game he got fired on, I wasn't playing yet. I was just a freshman at the time. I was just a true freshman. And we were walking out, and I stopped by the mirror to make sure my jersey was tucked in. And he was like calling everybody up, and he saw me do that. And he screamed at me in front of the whole team and told me, what the F was I doing? You ain't gonna F and play anyways. Get your sorry ass up here. I'm like, bro, that's the last time I was ever talked to me. I'm like, man, I'm a freshman just trying to get my jersey right. Like I'm about to stand there the whole game. And he just screams at me in front of the whole team. I'm like, that's what he's worried about here as we're fucking three in a million trying to get, whatever. So we ended up losing the game, but he was worried about me standing in that mirror for a split second to check on my jersey. But
I
I had
never
talked,
heard
I
that
haven't,
one, dude.
yeah, I had
Brother,
talked to him since.
what you doing? Stop all
Yeah,
that. Blah, 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 blah,
yeah. What
blah.
you doing? You just cut.
Spit
I
and
mean, the
stomping,
whole team.
man.
I was the center of attention. Like he was cussing me out. Out of all the things you're thinking about, you're worried about a guy who's had 0 snaps on the year,
Mm.
tucking his jersey in.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh,
But no,
that
I like. I mean, he is what he is. He's a cool character. His character is fun to follow.
yeah,
Not gonna lie.
he's and listen, again, I give credit where credit is due, and that is Lane
Yeah,
doesn't like doing that. So if you're going to hire somebody to do that, that's who you hire. And I got it. I just it just shows how crazy, insane, and completely unlike anything else college football is. I mean,
yeah.
there's just nothing else like it. The
I would
absurdity is insane.
I would love to be with Coach O and like his financial advisor. Obviously, he made a pot of money from LSU. I'd love to
Mhm.
see him meet with his financial advisor to go over what they do with all this money. Like,
So
put it
wait
there,
a
put it
second.
over there, put it here.
All right. So if you had to handicap it right now, as we wrap up here, what would you put it as far as like? Would you say over under 8.5 wins? Would you go over, clear over for Ole Miss?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be clear over. I think worst case scenario, you're 9-3. Um, yeah, it was too good. I think we got too much talent to do any worse than that. But I think the schedule sets up to where it could be that you could mix and match it into 9-3. Hell, it could be one of them deals where even if you went 10-2, maybe it's not enough, but you had a really good team. I mean, the schedule, we're gonna have to play exceptionally well this year. We got some tough games, but I don't think we don't have the talent to do it. I mean, we definitely do. I just think you go into some environments, some of those road environments is going to be hell to get through, and you may could have those days where you're off. But no, I think 9 wins is happening. For sure. I mean, unless something crazy happens, but I think that's why people are projecting the way they are. They see that schedule. Schedule's real. I mean, you got to have
Mhm.
Georgia, you got to be Georgia, Texas, Oklahoma, LSU. I mean, it's there. It's tough. So, but you got to take it a week by week.
Hey, listen, Pete so far is cleaning up in recruiting. Talk about off the field stuff and something that I saw, and I want to read it because it stuck out to me. A message board posted from the Ole Miss Spirit, OleMissSpirit.com, Food on 3 brought this to my attention. Rebel Dog 39. Lane made it sound like Ole Miss can never get many blue chip players. The most 4+ stars he and his staff got in the high school class was 8. Pete and his staff are already at 9, and it's May. Pretty good. Maine's
Yeah,
cleaning up. He's doing things. I think Pete's handled himself about as well as he can possibly handle himself by how he's handled recruiting, but all the crap being said about him, daggers stabbing him from every other direction, every
yeah.
direction you can possibly imagine. What
That
would you, as far as progress report and how he's handled things, how would you grade him out?
that well, the funny part about it is him talking about having to sell a recruit. The story of coming here. I don't. Did he ever even talk to an actual recruit that came there? To my knowledge, I know a bunch of people that have coached with him. You'd have to actually talk to a recruit first before them to actually, tell you that sob ass story that you came
I
up with.
always want to like stop people like Lane who make up these stories and go and like just really pick it apart. Not be a dick, but when he said, for example, that like Ole Miss fans chased him down at the airport and scared Cookie. Okay, well, Oxford Police Department says that didn't happen. So who are these people? Well, I don't know. They were following me on the road. I would love like who is the grandparent? Who is the parent? Because Ed Orgeron can still remember, even though his last conversation with Bradley Sowell was yelling at you about not tucking in your jersey for the egg ball that got him fired. Shout out to Derek Pegues. Um, he can remember Bradley Sowell, but you can't remember the name of the person who said these very, very salacious things that led to your Vanity Fair stuff. Like the math ain't mathin', is all I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
at some point, you just want to call BS and say, stop, just stop. But dudes that live in their own alternate realities, like start to believe the lies that they tell. So, at
What's
this
crazy is,
point,
has he talked about his team at all this offseason? Because I can't even think of 5 players. I mean, like highlight your players. Like
like
he,
other than like saying Sam Levitt is like similar to Trinidad Chambliss, but that is again, you're still talking about Ole Miss specifically. That's all you're doing. He's like, yeah, Sam Levitt's very similar to Trinidad Chambliss, and I'm thinking, can you just like do a breakdown of the football player without ever mentioning your ex? Like he's bringing up the ex in every conversation, dude. And then Ole Miss, and then
that's
LSU
how he's
people are like,
handling all
y'all the
that
ones
pressure this year.
obsessed. Do what?
That's how he's going to handle all that pressure this year. He's just going to keep reverting back to us.
Mm-hmm.
What's he calls like the other place now or something like that?
It's very, very Dan Mullen of
uh,
him. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah.
very Dan Mullen-y. That's what I'm saying.
I'm actually hoping this goes very Dan Mullen-ish over the next couple
Mm,
of years, which it very well could.
mm.
Um, it very well could. I mean, we had the best roster of all time. We went freaking 9-3. Kentucky lost at home. Yeah, I still never get over that.
And he still blamed the school. He didn't blame himself for his shortcomings or anything like that. He blamed the school. He said it's Ole
He
Miss's
had
fault.
eight NFL draft picks. 8 kids got selected in the draft that year.
Most ever.
One being a superstar now in the NFL. Whether he be whether it be for his play or for his personality, Jackson Dart's either going to be a great quarterback or a Hollywood actor. At this point, I'm calling it. Like the
Yeah.
world loves him. He's like the Justin Bieber of America right now. My daughter, everybody's like, "Oh my God, I love Jackson Dart." Like he's like he is the man right right now.
Hey, well,
He
when you're the
is.
quarterback of New York's team, and
Hey, no doubt.
you got a model on your arm, life is good. You know what I mean? You can kind
Life
of get
is
away.
good.
Yeah, just do what
Hey,
you
no
got to
doubt.
do. That's all I'm saying. All right, last thing before I let you go. What are you doing now for the people that don't know? Because like we don't see you as much as we used to. You are missed. You are
I'm
loved by your
still
Ole Miss people.
with the same company, but I am in Dallas area now. We opened up a store out here. So any Dallas ribs, hit me up. I'm starting to learn all this Dallas stuff, but we're doing great, man. We got the store up and running. It's just been a lot. We've had to basically greenfield a lot and take it to full operable store. So had a great month last month. Looking forward to the coming months. This market's amazing. I can see why a lot of people move here. It's just a cool area, cool market. Obviously a lot of traffic, so it's cool. I like it. Dallas is not far. I mean, if I want to drive back to Mississippi, I can get to Jackson in 6.5 hours. So it's not. To me, it's cool. I've really enjoyed it though.
How's the family? Have they enjoyed it as well? Or are they just tired of moving? Are they saying this is it? We're staying here now. This is where we're going to
Nah,
be.
Mama loves being in Texas. She got that Texas pride. If you've never hung out with a Texan, everything, you just can't beat it. Everything is just better, bigger, whatever. She's excited to be back home where she has a Target at her dispense. She can actually ride down the
What
street to Target.
you should have told her. We getting us a Target in Tupelo, right down the road from New Albany. She
Yeah.
could have moved right
Oh,
across
I
the
know.
street from us. Built you a palace. We could have been
I
selling.
know.
We could have been selling trailers in Inglemoor, bro. Well,
There ain't no doubt.
like the dream
There ain't
was
no doubt.
alive, and then you had to up and move to Dallas. You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
Bradley Sowell, former Ole Miss offensive lineman, 8-year NFL vet. Before we get out of here, in the chat, people are bringing it up. The Giants just re-signed Odell Beckham Jr. You brought up Jackson Dart, OBJ going back to the Giants. That's how stories are supposed to end. Like Larry
There ain't no
Fitzgerald was always
doubt.
supposed to be a Cardinal. OBJ, no matter anything, is supposed to be a Giant.
There's no doubt. That'll be good.
Yeah, do you like the fit? How will he help? Like, can he really help though? Is OBJ
I
really
don't,
going
I
to
don't
help
know. I
you
mean,
win?
I saw him running routes here recently, and he still looked like he could. He was still looked pretty swift. Um, Yeah, I mean, it really in the NFL, dude. It all depends on like the situation. Like stuff can be designed for you, right? Any offensive coordinator can take any wide receiver and say, "Okay, I'm going to feed this guy. I'm going to create stuff for him." Odell's just after he got hurt, he hasn't been anybody's like person that they're feeding. So
Mm.
yeah, I mean, anybody can be started with his talent. Yes, if the offensive coordinator says, "You know what, you're going to be one of my top 2 receivers. I'm going to throw the shit out of the ball to you." Yeah, he'll produce. He'll be fine. But getting a team to do that, quarterback wise or any position, is always the tough thing to do. So
Well, you're in
yeah,
Dallas. Are you getting Cowboy season tickets so that we can watch Jackson Dart and OBJ?
no, but I
Got
actually thought about creating a house and painting it blue with the star on it because I feel like here people are obsessed with this crap here. Like
Mhm.
like the people are obsessed with the Cowboys here. I
Yes.
thought about just straight up putting a star on one of these homes and making like the Cowboys model or something. I don't know. I feel like it would sell.
So you're just around a lot of Ben Garrett's now. You're just a lot like always talking
Oh,
about Dak and how Ray Dakota Prescott deserves the world.
it's kind of nauseating because like they all still think like they're about to win the Super Bowl. And it's like it's the same thing every year. It's like the Yankees for the longest time. Like they just got all the pizzazz and no finish.
See,
You
but
know.
there's no upside to being a Cowboys fan in the year of our Lord 2026. Like there's no bandwagon to jump on. They always lose. They hadn't been to the NFC Championship game in 25,
Yeah.
27 years. Like, so at this point, y'all just need to appreciate the passion of Cowboys fans rather than say, how are the Yankees and the Lakers doing too? Like the Lakers and the Yankees have actually won within the same, like actually won something in the same time frame than the Cowboys. So now that you're there, I want to see you with a star on the helmet. I'll send you one. I've got like 4 hats, man. I see the Seahawks when you play with them, the Cardinals. I'm just
Bears,
saying,
baby.
there's the Bears.
I'm riding that Caleb Williams train, baby.
Dude, he's the cover man for Madden. He's fronting the Madden like the Madden curse. Are we worried about the Madden curse for your boy Caleb? I mean, come
He's gonna
on.
be fine. He's gonna paint them nails and roll, son. He's gonna be ready to go.
Hey, when is the last time you painted your nails? I know you used to love to do that, right?
No, it's not happening. But if it makes him play some good quarterback, I hope he keeps doing it. Maybe like a green or something.
I want to come to Dallas, and Jonathan Mingo's on the Cowboys, and Jackson comes into town. We could do a whole like live podcast from AT&T.
I didn't even think about that. Cool. I'm probably gonna try to go to a Giants Cowboys game then. If Dart's gonna be playing, that'd be cool.
I agree. So now don't forget about your friend Ben when you do so, because I love you too, and I've missed your stupid face. This has been Talk of Champions. He's Bradley Sowell, former Ole Miss offensive lineman, 8-year NFL vet, was the longtime co-host of this podcast until he went and started becoming a millionaire. Can't hide money. Look at the background. Can't hide money. Multi-billionaire. Isn't that what it is now? With a B, not an M, a B. That's how good it's been.
I wish we would have the #1 recruiting class. I swear I'd give it all away. I don't even care.
Talking Champions, we'd have a full built-out studio together on the square. Ben and Brad come hang out with us every Tuesday. I'm just saying.
I'd be Mr. Tamper. That's what they'd call me, because I would straight up buy it all. Like, I don't even care. As long as I got enough to die with, I'm good. I'll freaking give it all away.
He'd be Mr. Tamper. And that is the perfect way to end it. Promise me you'll come back soon. And when I say soon, I mean within the next 2 months.
I got you. I'll be back. Holler at me.
He's Bradley Sowell, former Ole Miss offensive lineman, 8-year NFL vet. That QR code above his head is for the Ole Miss Spirit. Scan it today as a new member and try us out. Be back tomorrow. Look for this replay later. Got Zach Berry coming up and a bunch of other guests. Brad Logan back as well. Ole Miss is headed to a super regional. They could host their first super since 2009 if Milwaukee beats Auburn tonight. Brad doesn't think it's going to happen. I don't think it is either. But holy cow, if it did, you got to fly your ass in. You know that. I've already told you.
Oh, I'm coming to that, dude. I'm Milwaukee. Like, God almighty. Hopefully they don't Tennessee Tech or Murray State us, but, we've seen it all.
Multiple people are asking about Sudu. Sudu is fine. I talk to him every day. He'll be back on the podcast soon. He's got a lot of stuff work-wise that has just hit him at one point. He's good. Sudu's doing great, but we'll have him back on. Miss him, love him. He's always doing stuff, man, and he'll be back with us soon. Thank you, Brad. I'll talk to you soon, man, within the next 2 months. So don't ghost me, you jerk, because remember, I know where you live, and I know what your message board handle is on the Ole Miss Spirit. You hear me?
See you, Ben. Howdy, toddy.